with you, and very, very excited to be here tonight and for this highly anticipated workshop and webinar that we're doing. And not just highly anticipated by you guys, but by me as well, because our guest, Adam Short, is one of the, really, I guess at this point in my life, I've been doing this a really long time, probably for, I don't know, I guess pushing on 15 years now. And so, I've kind of heard a lot. I've heard a lot of experts speak over the years, and certainly, hopefully, I've learned a lot. But Adam is one of the few folks that I really, really pay attention to, and I really enjoy his presentations. I find myself very, very interested in everything that he has to say. I find that I learn stuff, and I find that I get really engaged to the point of probably annoying him when we're in live meetings and he's presenting, and I'll ask him all sorts of questions. So anyway, I hope you're as excited as I am to hear from him. So we've got a lot of people on here tonight. We had about, I guess, just over 4,000 people registered for this. There's a lot of interest in this, and rightly so. And so I would encourage you guys to definitely not log off, because there's a limit on GoToWebinar, and you very well might not be able to to get back in. So anyway, again, Steve Clayton here, and just to take a look at this picture here and to give you some context, over on the far left, you probably also know Aiden Booth, and he is my business partner. And in the middle there is Adam. And Adam, this was a picture that was taken just about 2 years ago, maybe just shy of 2 years ago, if I recall, in Las Vegas. And this was at one of our live mastermind group events. And we have a very, very small mastermind that we keep going, over the course of now about 4 years. And it's called our Blueprint Academy. It's a very, very small group, and we get together all over the world 4 times a year. And we rarely have guest speakers. I mean, over the 4 years and the 4 different places around the globe that we've gone, I can probably count on one hand how many people we've had as guest speakers, and Adam was one of those. And it's because we just think he's got such great information to share. So that's why we're really excited that he's here tonight. Somewhere around a couple years ago now, well, a little less than that, maybe 14 months ago, we had a live webinar with Adam, very similar to this one, and the feedback was amazing. And we've been trying to get him to do this again, but it's been really hard with timing and scheduling until now. So again, very, very excited, and you should be paying very, very close attention. Adam's been he's a master marketer, and he's been running an online business for several online businesses for over a decade. And he's somebody that he really, like us, he works in the trenches. He actually does all this himself. And to top it all off, he's a great teacher. So he's got a lot to talk to you about, so I won't spend any more time. But again, I urge you to pay attention, because he's just got a lot that he wants to share, and you will absolutely learn something. Now, certainly at the end of the information that Adam has, he's got a program that you can pursue this business model with. And if you decide that's something that you want to do, we've got some exciting stuff that you want to hear about. But even if you don't do that, please stay on this call to the end, because I absolutely guarantee that you will learn a ton. And that's what I'll be doing, sitting here and listening. All right, Adam, enough about me and enough from me. I'm going to turn it over to you. So if you can, can you just grab the screen, or do you want me to give it to you? What do you think?
Yeah, I can go ahead and grab it here.
Awesome.
There we go. Should be coming up.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, Steve, thank you very much for that introduction. I really appreciate it. And I can go ahead and get started if that works for you.
Perfect.
All right. Great. Yeah, thanks again for having me, Steve, and everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I have a lot of information that I'm really excited about sharing with you today. And it's quite a bit of information too. So we're just going to jump right into it and get going with today's training event. So you should see on your screen Niche Profit Full Control, how to create a 5 to 6 figure per month automated online business. And that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you today. I'm going to show you a method that I've personally been using for many years now, over a decade now. It's sort of a rinse, repeat niche marketing method that I've used to create a lot of profitable niche websites. And I really, at this stage, have down to a science. It's really simple. I've taught it to a lot of people. A lot of people have had a lot of success with it. And so I'm really, really excited to be sharing it with you today. For me, it's been something that's just been totally life-changing. And I'm confident that it can be for you too once you know how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it, and we're going to go through the whole system tonight on this call. So we'll just start out with the question, what is niche profit full control? Exactly. What do I mean by that? It's really my blueprint, my blueprint that I mentioned a second ago for building highly profitable niche websites really quickly. It's a really simple formula, really quickly and easily as well, that earns $10,000 per month on autopilot. These sites are autopilot websites once you have them polished and ready to go. And I'm also going to talk about how to scale the business to well beyond $10,000 per month if that's something that you're interested in. When I first got going online and I started making a little bit of money, just the target, $10,000 a month, really started sticking in my mind. And that's what I was shooting for. That's, for me, what would be life-changing income. So, and I found that tends to be a pretty common goal. So the good news is that this system, it's relatively easy to get to that point. So it's a great goal to set, the $10,000 a month. So we're going to kind of start with that. But again, that's really just a start. I'm going to talk about how to go well beyond that as well on this call. So now, what makes these sites so special? You probably hear the term niche marketing thrown around a lot, and different people do niche marketing in different ways. Why is what I'm about to share here so great? Why am I so excited about it? Why does Steve love the system and want me to share it with everyone here? There's a couple of things. Number one, and again, it's all about the way that you do this. It's the way that you implement these steps. So, but here's the end result. Number one, the system's proven and predictable. So again, I've built hundreds of websites following this formula, and I do the same things every single time for every website. And if you take those steps, then you really can't fail with this. It's a no-fail system. So it's something that once you understand it, you can put your full trust into. You're not kind of taking a step and then kind of guessing, did I take the right step? And you can move forward with confidence and no doubt that you're going down the right path. So that's really good. That makes building a business actually fun, and the results tend to come quickly. Number two, it's an autopilot system. So you really can automate this business to the point where you're doing very little work. So you can actually even completely step away from the business for periods of time, and it will just continue to run on autopilot. I actually did that in this last year. I stepped away from my business almost 100%, and the business continued to do very, very well. I'll talk more about that in a bit. And it's a real business. These sites that you're going to be learning how to create, these are evergreen, high-quality websites. Contrary to what a lot of people think, it doesn't take a ton of work to create a high-quality website. There are quick, expedited ways to do things to get great results. You can call them shortcuts. You can call them whatever you'd like. But creating an evergreen business, one that lasts for a very, very long time, doesn't have to be a ton of work. It just doesn't. So I'm going to be, of course, sharing with you those techniques and those shortcuts on this call. So just, if you haven't recently, I always like to do this little exercise at the beginning of these presentations. Just take a moment and really imagine, really think about what it would be like if you had a website that earned you $10,000 per month or more, that you own that website, that it was already up and running and something that was real. And further, though, imagine that you only had to work 2 to 3 hours per day from home if you wanted to, and some days not at all. Think about what that might be like. And then just consider that there was no cap on your income because you knew all the avenues for scaling your earnings. In other words, you had complete control over your income, as close to complete control as really possible. Meaning that if you wanted to take your business to $20,000 per month, you knew exactly how to do it. And it wasn't a matter of having to learn anything new. It was just a matter of sitting back down at the computer and putting a few techniques into motion that you already knew how they worked to get it to that point. So that's one of the reasons I call this niche profit full control. It's not about controlling a niche necessarily, although when you do follow this formula, you will be dominating whatever niche that you're in. But beyond that, it's about personal control, having control over your own time, having that personal freedom, and also having a huge level of control over how much income you personally make. So the name, I think, is pretty fitting. So just a little bit more background on me before we really dive into this, just so you know who you're listening to, you know what my track record is, and you know what I've done online. Why should I be here talking about this stuff with you? What have I done exactly? So I'm just going to share a few highlights of my own story. And we won't spend too much time here, but this is a photo here of myself with my mother and sister on my graduation day from college. And I like to share this for a couple reasons. One, I ended up doing something. I spent 4 years at college working pretty hard, actually, and didn't end up doing really anything with that education, so I think it's kind of funny. I was actually a literature major in college, but you know, you never know how things are really going to go. So fast forward to today, and I work from home, running an online business that generates 7 figures per year. And you know, I still don't know much about computers, but you don't have to know a lot about computers to build a really successful business online. That's one of the many great things about it. But I kind of just got started by accident, and I saw the opportunity that existed on the internet and just followed it because it really excited me. So after I graduated from college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do exactly. And it was a couple months after graduation, and many of my friends had already gotten jobs. And a friend of mine called me up and said, hey, there's an opening at this company I'm working for called Overture. And, you know, they're looking to interview people. You should come in and interview. So, I mean, long story short, I ended up getting the job, largely because my friend had that inside connection. I wasn't necessarily qualified for it with my virtually no tech background or marketing background, but I was hired as an entry-level marketing analyst. And Overture was a really popular name back then. It was like a huge name. It's not so much anymore. It's faded out because Yahoo ended up buying them a long time ago. But the story is that Overture created pay-per-click. So the whole business model of pay-per-click that drives so much revenue, nearly all of the revenue for Facebook and Google and YouTube and all these massive websites and advertising networks, all came from this idea that Overture ignited and rolled out. And so I was at Overture when this huge idea had come into existence. And when anything new like that's so impactful comes, you know, is new and it comes out, it's kind of like the Wild West. And there's a lot of opportunity to make kind of easy money. And that's what happened. So I was at Overture, and there were all these employees who worked there, but they were all making money on the Overture network. You could open an account. Anybody can open an account, just like you could open up a Google AdWords account right now. And you could set up ads and roll them out onto the existing search engines at the time, like Alta Vista was like a big search engine back then. And you can roll out ads, and you could just put your affiliate link in these ads and drive your traffic straight to affiliate offers. So that's a screenshot right there of some old ads from Alta Vista. I'm not sure how I got flipped around there, but old ads from Alta Vista driving to Circuit City. And then you would just pocket the affiliate commission. And the thing is that these clicks were super, super inexpensive. We're talking like often pennies per click because it was brand new. So I saw that people were doing this, and someone there showed me how to do it. And it actually took me quite a long time to catch on because it was just all so new to me. But I started doing it and making money with it. And then I realized, wow, there's really something here to this whole internet make money online thing. And wow, maybe I don't have to work for Overture forever. Maybe I don't have to work in an office and work for someone else for the rest of my life. And that was just really, that idea excited me. It wasn't ever something I'd really pondered that much, but it really hit home. And I ended up leaving Overture after about a year. I was making really pretty solid money with these little ads I was setting up on the network, and feeling really confident, feeling like I'd found the secret to getting out of the 9-to-5 grind. And I thought I had it made, basically. But no, not the case. A couple months after I left Overture, the model stopped working. Because like with everything that, again, is brand new and it's the Wild West, then regulation starts to come in. And that's what happened with Overture, is that they started tightening up their rules, and you couldn't really do what I was doing anymore. So the model stopped working. My income was wiped out within a couple of weeks, and I was really devastated. Really, at that time, with where I was and what my mindset was, I mean, it really hit me pretty hard. And I kind of just went into this panic state where I wanted to get my income back as quickly as possible. And I just was searching for another loophole. But it was a fruitless search. It was like just dead end after dead end after dead end. I ended up buying probably hundreds of internet marketing courses, went 40,000 plus into credit card debt doing that. I had tons of student loan debt and just kept sinking further down. I went from living in what I thought was like the most amazing apartment ever. It was just a studio, but living in the Hollywood Hills was pretty exciting for me at the time. But I went from there to being completely broke and moving in with my aunt in Tucson, Arizona, with her 5 large breed dogs. I used to actually sleep on her couch in the living room, and they would sleep around me in a circle. So I'd wake up every morning covered in dog fur and just kind of not happy with where I was. That was early 2005. Naturally, that created, a lot of desperation, but also at the same time, a lot of motivation to get out of that situation. So by late 2005, I was actually earning 5 figures per month from my niche websites. So in between that time, I kind of discovered it just all clicked for me. It just all clicked. And I realized as well that while there aren't loopholes, there aren't that many loopholes, especially not anymore like there were with Overture, that there were formulas and there were blueprints and there were clear steps that if you follow them, it will lead, ABC leads to D. So I just rinsed and repeated this niche formula that had kind of come together and started making really, really solid money. And really the rest is history. So I'm just going to share some income quickly. I'm not sharing this to boast or brag, just to show you that I do this, I get results with it. These are screenshots from our consolidated revenue reporting system. So in 2014, you can see there the revenue from our niche business. You can see it in 2015, and you can see, so 2015 was a great year. 2016 was pretty good. Now, I mentioned earlier, I actually said earlier I took about a year off. I ended up taking more than that. So kind of towards the end of 2016, I decided that I was going to take a year, maybe 2 years off and just, travel, because I'd never done that before and had always wanted to. So I thought, this is, I need to do this. I want to go take some trips and just not work at all. Just literally not work at all. So I got the courage to step away from my business and do that. And I always, have known that these websites are automated, but it was really cool to see that, week after week, month after month, all the way up to this point, basically, these websites have continued to generate sales, affiliate commissions, and product sales, and I haven't really lifted a finger to make that happen. I haven't been at the computer. So the income is down a little bit this year in 2017, but I've really done nothing with my business at all, like zero. And I'm talking, I haven't even run really any major email promotions. Nothing like we were doing the years before this. So, that's a testament right there to the automation factor of this business. Now, enough about me, because this system's not about me. It's really about the system and the people who can benefit from it. And that's really anyone who takes it and runs with it. So already, though, thousands of people literally all over the world are using this right now to make part-time and full-time incomes online. And I just want to share a few stories with you of people who are already doing this, who have gone through this training that you're going through right now and are getting great results with this. And then after this, we'll dive into the how-to part of this presentation. So just a few stories here. There are so many I could share, but I just want to show you that this isn't just me doing this, secretly by myself. No, I've been teaching this for a couple of years, and there are a lot of people doing this. So Joanna Amons, for example, you can see there she's earning 5 figures per month. Last I checked with her, $12,000 plus per month, working as little as 1 to 2 hours per week. So she says there she works more than that, up to 15 hours per week when she's launching a new project, but on average, just a couple of hours a week and earning 5 figures. And this is not anything crazy. I mean, this is very, very doable. So it's Joanna, and then we'll move on to William here. William basically worked in the finance world. He was laid off from his job in finance and turned to niche marketing. He found this method, and his business is earning close to 5 figures at this stage, $7,700 per month last time I checked. And he's been able to not go back to the corporate world, which is what he really, really wanted, was to transition out of that. He's been able to do that. So, and then there's Stephen Cadlick. So Stephen actually, he built a website with this, and months ago, probably like 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, he actually sold his website. It was making $18,000 a month, and he sold it for a large sum. So these are real businesses. These are real high quality sites that you're creating. And again, when I say high quality, don't confuse that with a ton of work. It's just doing things in a certain way. So he sold his site for a significant sum, and I don't think he's really doing anything right now. So you can definitely sell these sites if that's something you want to do. I've done that before, and if you want a huge payday, you can have one. So that's what I'm getting to with all of this, is that you can absolutely do this too. There's no prior training required. You don't need any prior internet marketing training. You can be starting completely from scratch here. You can do this from virtually anywhere in the world. So from wherever you're tuning in from right now, you can do this from there. It's extremely simple, as you're going to see in a few minutes here, and it costs virtually nothing to get going. So to get going, it actually costs about $15. $15, and that's a couple dollars for a domain name and hosting. That's all you need to get going with this. So now as we go forward here, I'm going to be showing you what to do, but also be sharing a lot of real examples, real money-making sites with you. So you can actually see my sites, we can break them down, and you can really, so that the pieces all really gel and you can clearly see how this works. And ultimately, I want you to be able to just say, okay, Adam did this in this niche. I'm going to do the exact same thing in this niche, and just copy me. It's really that simple. So by the end of this call, I'd like for you to be able to do that. Don't stress if you feel like you can't do that at the end of this call. This is going to be a lot of probably brand new information, but after a couple of viewings, I think it's all going to be really, really clear. So I have this website up. This is one of my websites. It's a one-page website. You can see it here, betatips.com. And you can see it's an opt-in page. So someone comes to this site, they enter their name and email address, and they start getting emails about how to care for betta fish. So this was one of my very first successful websites that I launched back in 2005. Now, I have hardly touched this site since then. It's been over 10 years since I launched the site. It's still making $1,000 profit per month. It's a 100% autopilot site. I don't ever touch the site, and I don't ever have to go even look at the site. It's just there generating income day after day. So that's what I mean by the system being automated and evergreen. You put in a little bit of work to get your site going, and then at that stage, you have an asset that's going to last for a really, really long time. I mean, there are few businesses out there, online or offline, where it's possible to this level, to get this level of automation. I really don't know of anything else that's quite this automated. So again, it's really exciting. Now, I call these sites automatic selling machines. So as we go forward, I'll be just calling these ASMs. So, now let's get into what we're doing here, what this whole model is. So what we're doing at Root, this is the starting point. And if you understand this, you can do this. So what we're doing is we're going to go out, we're going to find a niche, so a group of people who have a specific interest, and we're going to identify a problem that they're facing. So in the betta fish niche, for example, the problem that betta fish owners face is their fish get sick. So they want to keep their fish healthy. So you want to identify an urgent problem, something that's really bothering a lot of the people in your niche. And then you simply offer a solution to that problem in the form of information and product recommendations. That's the whole business model. So with Betta Tips, we have a website that helps people keep their betta fish healthy. They subscribe to our newsletter. We send out emails that give them tips on how to keep their betta fish healthy. And every now and then we'll send out an email recommending a product for sale. And when someone buys that product, we earn a commission as an affiliate. It's that simple. Now, you might have heard of this type of model before, where you're building a list and sending emails. That's the surface level part of it. But it's everything leading up to that point that's important that you get right. There's a huge difference among niches, for example. If you choose a really good niche, it's like everything's going to be 1,000 times easier and more profitable. If you choose a niche that isn't quite that good, it's going to be only maybe 100 times easier and more profitable. But if you choose a poor niche, then it's like really difficult. So there's a huge difference. So it's things like that when you get right, it creates this huge result. So now, that said, it is a formula. And once you've learned it, you can rinse and repeat it if you want. So I've personally, following that simple formula, identify an urgent problem, and the key word is urgent, and build a simple information website. That simple formula, I've created over 300 profitable niche sites. So it works. Put it that way. So let's jump into how to actually create one of these. Now, in some of the emails that Steve and Aiden have been sending out, you've probably seen that this is a 3-step formula. And that's accurate. There are only really 3 steps to launching one of these sites and taking it all the way to profitability. So step 1 is to choose a profitable niche. I'm going to show you how to choose premium niches, the best niches out there, the niches that most people miss, but that make all the difference. Step 2 is to set up your niche website. I'll, of course, show you how to do that in the exact way I've been doing it for a long time now for maximum results. And then step 3 is to drive traffic. And of course, I'll be showing you some of my favorite traffic methods right now. Now, the cool thing is you can do this as either a product owner or an affiliate, or you can take advantage of both sides of the coin. So I recommend doing it in 2 stages. So first, launch an affiliate site. Don't worry about product creation. And then once your affiliate site's earning income, then maybe add your own products to increase profitability if you want to. So stage 2 is optional. So this is the way that I will approach it 99 times out of 100 is I'll choose a niche. I'll launch a simple affiliate site. I won't worry about product creation at all. I'll launch a simple affiliate site, start building a list and selling affiliate products. And if everything's going well, which it usually is, I'll have my own products created. But sometimes I will just continue to promote products as an affiliate. The benefit of having your own products is that ultimately you keep more of the profit on each sale, and then you can have your own affiliates promoting your products through a site like ClickBank. But we're not there yet, and let's not overcomplicate it, because again, product creation is completely optional. You can make 5 figures per month as an affiliate. So this is a diagram here of an affiliate ASM. This is how it works visually. Very simple. We're going to be driving traffic to a website, collecting email addresses, sending out an automated set of emails that I'm going to show you how to set up in a very specific way to convert your subscribers into buyers. And that's it. That's all it is. Of course, it's the little details of how you do this that make it work really well. Now, if that's an affiliate ASM, that's stage 1. Stage 2, if you want to do this, is you can have your own products created, and now, in addition to promoting other people's products through your email sequence, you can promote your own line of products. And you can use a service like I use ClickBank, which will do all the payment processing for you. They will recruit affiliates for you. They will pay you and your affiliates for you. They make everything really, really easy. But again, don't stress about product creation if it's not something that you want to do. If it is, though, you're in the right place, because we'll be talking a lot about it. So I want to share a more recent case study with you. And this is a site that is doing really, really well. It's a site that we're quickly seeing go to kind of the top of our portfolio in terms of top earning sites. So I wanted to share this with you. So the site's freelancewritingriches.com. You can go check it out anytime. It's obviously in the freelance writing niche. And so with this niche, again, think back to what I was saying earlier about we're identifying niches where there's an urgent problem. And this niche, the urgent problem is to make more money. And I'll talk more about urgent problems versus not urgent and as we go, so you know how to identify the best niches. So we've created a niche website basically serving this audience, showing them how to become more successful as freelance writers. Now, we launched the site as an affiliate site first. We didn't have any of our own products. A couple months later, though, we started creating our own products. We started with just one product, started selling that, then added another one and another one. Once you have 2 or 3 products out there, you can create a product funnel, and you can, that'll increase your profits even more. So it's one of our highest earning sites right now. It's also completely automated and continuously growing. So I'll kind of show you the site, break it down a little bit here. So here's the affiliate site. So when we first started, this is what it looked like. It was a one-page website at freelancewritingresources.com. We set up an opt-in page with our automated email sequence on the back. We started driving traffic with Facebook, and we promoted a product on ClickBank. It was a product on helping freelance writers become more successful, and we saw the niche potential immediately because the product started selling really easily, almost as soon as we started driving traffic. So when something like that happens, you can just keep going with it, or if you're feeling ambitious, you can say, okay, I'm going to get my own products created now and do that. So that's what we did, and we rebranded the site as well as Freelance Writing Riches. Yeah, we like that better than resources. So the same website basically, but we rebranded it, gave it a facelift, changed the domain name, and added our own products. And from there, continued to grow the site basically. So we're going to circle back to Freelance Writing Riches quite a bit throughout this call and break it down piece by piece and show you how all those pieces fit together. So we're going to be doing that. And along the way, we'll be implementing this system together. I'm going to show you how to choose a highly profitable niche really, really quickly. So I'll show you my method for that really will lead to you earning maximum profit from your site when it gets going. Number 2, how to set up an automated conversion platform. That just means how to set up your niche website the right way so that it's automated. Okay, because in the end, we want to be able to step away from this. So that's the end goal. So we're doing everything with that in mind. Step 3, I'll show you how to set up your hands-free traffic stream. Traffic that you don't have to worry about, that just flows in automatically, organically, that you don't have to stress about. Again, the end result is to be able to step away and have a profitable site that is automated. Now, a quick but important note here as we go into the steps, we're going to be going through the manual way to do all of this stuff. We're going to be going through just like the kind of the way that takes the most amount of work. But the reason why is because if you learn the manual way first, when you have the special tools, the special software tools, which I'll talk about later on in the call, that kind of automate everything, that automate 90% of it, you're going to be able to know how to use them and get the most from them and actually know what you're doing with them. Whereas if you just take these automated tools and just try to start using them right now, you might have results with them, but some of the pieces might be missing as well. So I want to go through everything really thoroughly as if we're having to do it manually, which is exactly how I used to have to do it when I started doing this in 2005. But that way, at the end of this call, you can take these tools and just go full force ahead and get your site up in a couple of days. So step 1 is to find a hot niche. And I've been talking about since the beginning of this call, there are degrees of niches, and we want to choose a premium niche. So a niche that's going to be really, really easy to make money in. And how do we do that? That's the question. How do we do that quickly and easily and in a very simple way? And that's what I'm going to share with you. So this is all we do to select niches. I think you'll be really happy with how simple this actually is. So here's how it works. This is the approach. And it's going to sound not glamorous at all when I put it this way, but I think you're going to see how cool it is when we actually go through it. So this is the approach. Find a hot selling information product on ClickBank. Automatically, you'll have your niche. Again, doesn't sound that glamorous right there, but here's how it works. We're actually going to go through an example. So ClickBank, I know many people on this call know what ClickBank is. Just in case you don't, ClickBank is a huge affiliate network, and they specialize in digital products, so information products. So they bring affiliates together with product owners, people who have created ebooks and video courses and other digital type products. They can list those products on ClickBank, and the people who want to promote those types of products as affiliates can come and see them in a marketplace and have a consolidated area to see all those products. And so ClickBank brings these parties together and does all the payment processing and makes all the payouts. So they're really a key player in this business and in this model. So you definitely want to know what ClickBank is because you'll be using them. So when you get to ClickBank, go to the affiliate marketplace. You can see a link there at the top. So I'm going to click on that, and we're going to go into the marketplace. And you'll see some categories down the left-hand side. And at this stage, you can click any category you want. There are thousands of great niches out there. But in this example, I'm going to click on employment and jobs. And this is the way, incidentally, the exact process I went through to find the freelance writing niche. I clicked on employment and jobs. And then on the right, you'll see products listed. So you can see there, home job stop. Just below that, writing jobs 2016. Just below that, slogan seller. What I'm really looking at this stage, though, is that circled number, which is gravity. Now, gravity is a number that ClickBank gives to us as affiliates. When you go to ClickBank, you can see the gravity of any product. And what that's telling you is how well the product is selling. The higher the gravity, the better the product is selling. What it specifically means is if you see a gravity, for instance, there, Writing Jobs 2016 has a gravity of 70. That means that at least 70 individual affiliates have made a sale of this product through ClickBank in the last week. That's what gravity means. So what that's telling us is that, wow, there are a lot of affiliates out there who have made a sale of this product. That means the product's selling really well. It also means that it's really easy to sell this product. That's the type of product that you want to get behind, because it's really easy to sell. So you want to find products with a high gravity. Gravity communicates so much about a niche, and it's one of the reasons that you don't have to go through any complicated niche selection process like going over to Amazon and looking at number of reviews and going to forums and seeing how many posts there are to try to assess how popular a topic is. Instead, just look at how much money people are spending on a given product, and then you know where you should be going. You want to go where the money's being spent. That's why gravity is a huge shortcut. So when I saw this gravity of 70 on this product, I was like, okay, writing jobs. This is a product that is obviously really easy to sell. Who's it being sold to? Well, it's being sold to freelance writers. So there's your niche right there. That's it. That's niche selection. So huge shortcut. You can do it in 10 seconds. Now, let's take it a step further here. So here's how to identify, how to kind of weed out all of the mediocre performers on ClickBank and isolate the top sellers. You can do it using an advanced search at ClickBank. So back here, if you click on advanced search in the upper right and you set your category to all categories, we're going to search the entire marketplace here. And we want to show gravity, items with gravity higher than 19. So that's our cutoff. And that's going to weed out all the kind of mediocre performers and low performers and isolate the top selling products in ClickBank across all the different niches out there. So when we click search, it's going to bring back these results. And as you can see, there's thousands and thousands of products in ClickBank, over 10,000 products in ClickBank's marketplace. This has brought back 245. So when you think about that, it should be exciting because there are very few people who are looking at niche selection this way. There are a lot of people kind of floundering in those thousands of other niche markets that aren't nearly as profitable as this little sliver right here. But if you go into one of these niches, then it's easy. It's easy to make sales. It's easy to earn income. It's easy to get traffic. So this is the method that we use. Now, ClickBank's marketplace is always changing as trends come and go. So, you can do this process frequently and come up with, your list will change as you do it. But when you do it, you're going to come up with hundreds of different products that you could possibly promote. Now, I get asked the question a lot, why do you share this? Why are you teaching this stuff if it's so profitable and you're doing so well with it? Well, one of the reasons is because there are so many niches out there where you can do this and earn income doing it. So there's not an issue with competition. Although we are isolating 245 products here, you can break each of those down into a large number of sub-niches, which we'll talk about later. So I had just had her on the slide. Over the last 10 years, I've just continually kept a spreadsheet that's at this stage over 4,000 niches long where this formula can be applied. And as I mentioned, I've built a couple of hundred profitable sites doing this. So there's no way I'm going to be able to tap into all those niches. So there is a ton of room for anyone who wants to do this. So if you go through this method, you're going to know your niche automatically. If you find a product that's selling well, all you have to do is say, who's this being sold to? Just ask yourself that question, and the answer is going to be apparent. So Writing Jobs 2016 was the product. The niche is freelance writers. So once you know your niche, you know who your audience is. And you also know what it is that they want because you can see what they're buying. So that product, we didn't look at it, Writing Jobs 2016. It's a product that teaches freelance writers how to find the best jobs, the highest paying jobs. So we know that that is what freelance writers want. They want the highest paying, best jobs. And we know that it's a profitable niche because they're obviously buying that product. When you spend a little bit of time in the ClickBank marketplace, you'll start to understand and see what a high gravity is, what a low gravity is. And you'll see that 70 is really, really strong. So that's why I get excited That's why that excites me, because 70 is such a good gravity. But any product with a gravity higher than 19, and you're in the green zone. So moving on to step 2 is to launch your niche website. You know who your audience is, you know what they want. Now it's just a matter of launching a site that invites them into your website, invites them onto your email list, where you can then promote the product that you just found, which you know is a proven seller. So what I recommend is launching as an affiliate, promoting that ClickBank product that you just found. And then again, if you want to add your own products later, you can, but you don't have to. So now the question becomes, how do we launch a website here, again, quickly and easily, that's really effective, that people come to the site, they actually join our list and read our emails. And here are the 3 components that you need. You really need 3 things to make this work really well. Number 1 is a blog, which I call a trust generator, an opt-in page, which we'll call a lead generator, and your email follow-up sequence. That's your revenue generator. You need these 3 things. A lot of times when you see people kind of struggling a little bit, it's often because they're missing one of these 3 things. But you really have to have all 3. And the reason why you can't just, for instance, launch an opt-in page and start collecting email addresses is because if someone's coming to your website and they've never seen you before, they've never heard of you, even if your opt-in page is really compelling and exciting, your opt-in rate is still not going to be nearly as good as it could be if you were sending them to a piece of quality content first. And that's what your blog is for. Your blog is going to build a little bit of trust. It's going to give away some quality information so that when they do, after that, go to your opt-in page, they're actually going to be excited to opt in. You have to get through that trust barrier in order to really lock in the opt-in rate for your opt-in page that you're going to want to maximize your results. So to launch the blog, we just use WordPress, and we use a theme called WP Total theme. And WordPress is free. We will register a domain, freelancewritingriches.com, for example, install WP Total theme. And of course, again, I'm taking you through all the manual way of doing all this. There's so much automation to this that we'll talk about towards the end of the call, but we'll install our WordPress, we'll install WP Total theme. It's a really awesome theme that you can make your site look really sophisticated with drag and drop, point and click. There's nothing really technical to it. So you see this blog here that looks really professional, really nice. I'm not hiring professional designers and professional coders to put something like this together. This blog was all just point and click in the back end of WordPress. So you want to get your blog set up and put maybe 4 or 5 pieces of content out on your blog, 4 or 5 articles to get it going. And that's actually what you're going to drive a lot of your traffic to, is your blog. You're also going to use your blog as basically content bait on Facebook, which we'll talk about in just a bit. So the blog is key. So you want to launch that. After that, go ahead and launch your opt-in page. Now, as with everything in this system, you're going to be taking advantage of a shortcut. So the opt-in page, this is where people are going to be giving you their email addresses. And that is the key to really this whole system. So when you start building that email list and sending out those emails, that's when you're going to start seeing revenue coming in. So the easiest way to launch an opt-in page is, again, we do it with WordPress, or you can use the automated software that we'll talk about later. Take the product that you're going to be promoting at ClickBank and basically create a light version of it, a very light version of it. Take it and create what we'll do is we'll take the concept of the product and create a simple free report around that concept. So the product is Writing Jobs 2016, all about how to get the highest paying writing jobs. We will take that idea and create a simple report around that idea. Why does that work? It works because you're taking a concept that you know your audience is excited about, that they really want. It solves an urgent problem, which is writing jobs, getting those jobs. And now you're giving them something for free that helps them solve that problem. So there's our opt-in page there. When someone enters their email address, they're on our list, and they can start going through our automated sequence. So the automated sequence, that's where, again, the magic happens, and that's where you're going to start seeing sales of the product that you're promoting. So for this step, what you want to do is set up a 10 to 14 day email sequence. Again, it's going to go out, these emails will go out 1 day apart from each other. And the magic formula for really optimizing your results with this is you want about 40% selling emails, 60% content. So let me show you what I mean. I'm logged into our email marketing service provider. So for this site, we use Pinpoint. So Pinpoint's great, Aweber's great, GetResponse is great. So here's our email sequence. It's all these emails are pre-written and they're queued up. And what we're doing is, every day we're sending out an email, and it'll either be content or it'll be selling. So here's an example of a content email. It's maybe 150 to 250 words, and it's just a tip on how to get better results as a freelance writer. Just take something very simple and write a simple email about it. And again, it's not long, 150 to 250 words. So it's really nothing. And what that's doing is it's giving content to your audience. You're not just getting them on your list and starting to pound them with offers. You're sending out some value. And when you do that in the right proportion, like we're doing with this sequence, then you're going to get great results. You're going to get subscribers who are continually feeling like they're receiving value from what you're offering. So they're going to stay on your list. They're going to be actually opening your emails, reading them, and clicking on what's inside. You'll have a responsive list. Now this is a selling email. So selling email is a little bit different, just in the sense that instead of just giving away free tips on something, you're actually recommending a product. And you're saying, hey, I found this product that I think will really help you solve this issue you're facing of getting better clients. Go click on this link. And of course, that'll be your affiliate link that will lead them over to where they can buy the product and you can earn a commission. All right, so we're getting there. I know we're kind of trudging through some details here, but when we come out the other end, it's like magic is going to happen. So let's move on to step 3, which is driving traffic. Now, I'm going to share as many traffic techniques as I can in the time that we have, but I'm probably not going to be able to share all my traffic techniques, but we'll get as far as we can. But you can see, I hope the system's making sense at this stage with what we're doing, with choosing a niche where there's an urgent problem, how and why we're setting up our website the way we're setting it up. And now what we need is traffic, obviously, to get people on our list and to get that machine working. So what I have here on the screen is the warm traffic wheel. So all of these traffic methods, so what we'll do when we launch a new website is we'll start at the top and we'll just work our way around this wheel. And so we'll start with Facebook traffic, and then we'll move to Google and YouTube and all the way around. We rarely get all the way around the wheel. Often we'll literally stop at Facebook traffic. So that's the technique I'm going to share with you first. And if we have time, we'll get into Google and YouTube and maybe even some of the others. But that's the starting point. And often Facebook will give you all the traffic you need to start making solid income from your site. So I call it the warm traffic wheel, by the way, because not only are these traffic sources highly automated and free, but they're also going to be sending you, just by their nature, they're going to be sending you warm traffic that's actually going to be more responsive than most other types of traffic. People who are actually going to be super interested in your offer before they actually get to your site. So I'll explain kind of how that works as we go. Now, these 3 traffic sources that I have highlighted, Facebook, Google, and YouTube, when you connect those together, you can create something that we'll call a perpetual traffic machine. So that's an enhanced flow of traffic that happens when you integrate these 3 things together. So you start with Facebook, and then you move to Google, then you move to YouTube, then you interlink those three things together, and that creates sort of an explosive traffic effect that works really, really well. So we're going to get through as much of the PTM as possible. We're just going to start with Facebook. So you have a site hot off the presses, you've chosen your niche, you've created your niche website, you've got your blog, your opt-in page, and your email follow-up sequence, those three things in place, and you're ready to get some quality traffic. At this stage, I always recommend starting with Facebook and using this specific Facebook traffic technique that we're going to talk about, which involves harnessing a Facebook fan page. So right here we have the Facebook fan page for Freelance Writing Riches, and you can see there's our face of the site, Maggie Linders. And what we're doing, how this technique works in a nutshell, is we're building fans to this page, and then we're simply redirecting those fans over to our site. Now, the cool thing about Facebook fan page traffic is that it's warm traffic. You're going to build an audience, you're going to build some fans, and then you're going to be able to warm them up a little bit so that when you send them over to your site, they're super eager to opt in. And that's one of those things that makes a huge amount of difference, is how eager your opt-ins are. So we're here at the site, and so first question is, how do you build fans? And what I recommend, just to get going quickly with this, is just to run a simple Facebook ad. Okay? Facebook like ads are really the most inexpensive type of ad you can run on Facebook. So you can get your ad going, start with a budget of maybe as little as $10, and you can get your ad going and get likes coming in really that inexpensively. But I want to show you an example of the power of this. This is an ad that we ran for this page, and you can see it resulted in 31,000 likes. We paid an average of 6 cents. So that's our optimized CPM was 6 cents. And that's the ad over there on the left that you can see. It looks like it's a heart, basically. It's cut off there, but it's a heart. And the ad copy is super simple. It just says, freelance writing riches, like freelance writing, learn how to earn income as a freelance writer. And then there's a like page icon or button. So we run these like ads for our niche on Facebook, and we start building fans to our page. And then after that, we'll direct our fans over to our site, as you can see. So we're back at Facebook now, and the first thing is setting up your fan page so that it's optimized. So I'll show you a couple of key things that you want to put in place. Number one is you want to put a Facebook photo of your persona. Now, we haven't talked a ton about personas yet on your website. When you launch your niche site, you can do a couple of things. You can use your own self as the persona, or you can use a pen persona. So you can actually get a photo from a company like iStock Photo, who's, it's a photo of someone who's basically, you have permission to use them as the pen persona of your site. So you can do that. You can use a pen name, or you can use your own real name. You have different options. So for our site, Freelance Writing Riches, we're using a pen persona, Maggie Linders. And putting a face on your Facebook fan page, the actual persona of the site owner, goes a long way. It's going to help with the trust factor on your site. So you can see her pictured there. Over on the right, you can see that we have a link to our website, Freelance Writing Riches. And then in the header graphic, we've set up the header graphic with an arrow to point to a sign up button. So that sign up button you can add with Facebook and link it to your opt-in page and create a graphic like that that has an arrow pointing to it. Now, this might look kind of like you might need a designer, but you don't. There's a tool that you can use to knock these graphics out really easily. It's called Canva, and it's free, and you can knock out a header graphic like this for Facebook in literally a couple of minutes. So set these things up so that your Facebook page has a strong foundation, and then just start posting on your page. So as your fans are building, you start posting on your Facebook page. And this is where you're going to be really happy that you set up a blog. So remember earlier we launched a blog, which is it's basically some articles. This is where you can start posting those articles now on your fan page, and you're going to be able to take full advantage of Facebook traffic that way, because you can't just be posting ads on your fan page. It's going to completely turn your fans off. But if you're posting some quality content, it makes all the difference. So you can post a link back to your blog where your fans can read that content. They can start to receive that value, that free information. And then you can next post an image like this. So in addition to posting links to our blog, we'll also post these simple quote-based images on our pages. So you can see this one here. It's just a quote basically that appeals to freelance writers, and it's also branded with the URL of our site. So we'll just follow this formula: post some content, then post an image, and then post a link to your opt-in page. So that's an example of that right there. So you can see it says, click here to register now, and there's a link that actually takes them over to our opt-in page right there on that post. So you'll just rotate between these three things continuously. And so your fans will be building, and they'll be constantly heading back over to your site. Super simple, very effective way to create a really strong flow of traffic back to your site. Now, to really automate this, you can use Facebook's automatic poster feature. So you can create a bunch of posts ahead of time, load them into that feature, and then just let it run. You can actually tell Facebook when you want it to drip feed the posts out. So that's what I'll usually do. I'll load maybe a month or two ahead of time, and then just let Facebook drip feed those posts out. So that's Facebook. And that's a quick overview of how to make it work. There's lots of little things that we don't have time to cover right now to really optimize this and get the most out of it. But again, that's often where you can kind of stop with your site is at that stage. Because if you've done everything right up to that point, when you start getting that traffic, you'll start seeing conversions. You'll start seeing sales of that affiliate product. So, at that stage, that's where you have options. We've had affiliate sites that we've launched following this that have gone pretty quickly to $5,000-$7,000 a month just selling that affiliate product that we selected at ClickBank. So we have sites out there that are doing that, but sometimes we'll say, okay, let's actually get our own products created now for this site, because then obviously we're going to be collecting more of the profit per sale when we do that. And we'll talk more about product creation in just a bit. But the other option is, once you've reached this stage, you can also just start scaling up your traffic, because once you have a site that's converting, the more traffic that you pile towards that site, that you push towards that site, the more sales you're going to make. So you can increase your budget at Facebook, start getting more Facebook fans going to your site. That's going to increase traffic a lot. Or you can move to a new traffic method like, for instance, YouTube. So just want to see a raise of hands. Do you want me to keep going with traffic? You probably have time for one more traffic technique. So should we talk about YouTube? If you're interested, just type yes in the questions box, and we'll keep going. Okay, awesome. Seeing lots of yeses here. So I don't see any no's. So I'm going to keep going. We're going to dive into YouTube, and then I know everyone's probably really excited to see, how do you automate all this stuff and make it as easy and straightforward as possible. So we're going to, of course, get to that, but we'll go through one more traffic technique. So we'll go through YouTube. And actually the cool thing is, when you've done Facebook and YouTube, Google happens automatically. So we'll be able to actually cover YouTube and Google. So after we get Facebook going and it's kind of humming along, I'll just move around that warm traffic wheel, and the next stop is YouTube. Now, before we get going too much with this, just if anyone is feeling a little bit apprehensive about YouTube, I hope that after we get through this, that's gone away. I was apprehensive about YouTube for a long time, so I avoided it as a traffic source because I was a little bit just kind of turned off, or a little bit, it seemed like it would be too hard to create videos and get people to watch them and actually, much less get traffic from them. It all just seemed kind of like far away. But I really, really wish that I'd started sooner, because YouTube is our #1 traffic source, and it's one of the easiest ways to get traffic online. And you can outsource everything. You don't actually have to create the videos yourself. More than that, you don't have to spend a lot of money outsourcing it either. Videos really aren't any big deal. So if it's not something that you're doing yet, or maybe maybe that is because you feel like you're not quite ready for it, I hope you don't feel that way after we get through this. So we're going to switch gears here, and I'm going to share with you we're going to switch gears over to the Betafish site, because I want to share this YouTube channel to illustrate how much traffic you can get from YouTube, even in tiny, under-the-radar niches like Betafish. So this is the YouTube channel for our Betafish niche. And you can see here, that's the channel. We've got close to 400,000 views across maybe 19 or 20 videos. These are not that impressive videos either, but we're getting lots of views, and we're getting lots of traffic and lots of opt-ins from YouTube, and it's all fully automated. So I'm excited to show you how this works. Now, before we do dive into it, though, I just want to address this whole video creation thing. You don't have to sit at your computer with a microphone and video software and PowerPoint and create your own videos. You can completely outsource it, and that's what I do. So let's say you're in the Betafish niche, and you're ready for your first video. So pick a topic, and doing that's easy. Open up a book on Betafish, or go to a forum, see what people are talking about. So let's say that we want to get a video created on how to set up your tank. All right. The next thing is I'll visit a site like Fiverr. Okay, so Fiverr is an online marketplace where you can hire people to do just about anything, and a lot of them will do it really inexpensively. So it's a good place to go if you're on a budget. Another great place to go, even if you're on a budget, is Upwork. So either of those two sites. So go there, and what I'll do is I'll actually hire 3 different people to create one video, and I'll just split up the tasks. So I'll hire someone to write the script, a second person to create the PowerPoint, and the third person to create the video. And the total cost per video is usually between $50 and $100. Now, start with one video because it's good. Instead of unless you do have the budget for it, just start with one. And if you go through the steps, you're going to get a positive ROI on that video. And here's just to illustrate that: a single video will often result in thousands of new subscribers for you. And kind of a general rule online when it comes to list marketing in any niche, as long as it's a premium niche, is that a list subscriber is usually worth about $1 per month. One quality subscriber. So one video can equate to thousands of dollars in revenue per month. And if it's not going to be that much, you're still going to get a positive ROI on it, because you're only paying $50 to $100 for the video, and the traffic is going to continually come in from that video for years. So so that's the video creation formula, and we'll circle back to it if there's time. We can flesh it out a little bit more, but I want to make sure that we cover also optimizing for YouTube and maximizing it as a traffic source. So I have here just a diagram that shows arrows pointing from your channel and from individual videos. So you're going to be getting traffic to your website from those places, your channel itself and the individual videos. So, and that traffic's going to be coming from the YouTube search engine. So I'm here, I've typed in a really, really popular keyword in this niche, Betafish diseases, and there's 2 of our videos right there. If I could tell you how little work we've done to get those videos ranked at the top of YouTube, it's crazy. Getting ranked on YouTube is nothing like getting ranked in Google. And we also have a little trick up our sleeve. We have our Facebook fan page, which we're going to be able to harness, and that's going to propel us up in the YouTube search results. So, and then here as well, I mentioned you're going to get traffic from your channel. Your channel is going to rank as well for different searches that happen. So just like with Facebook, you want to set up your channel with some supporting factors. Put the URL of your site in your header graphic. Put a custom tab on the right that links to your opt-in page, and also put a welcome video. You can configure all of these things in the back end of YouTube. The welcome video is great because when people hit your channel, that video is going to autoplay. It's going to welcome them to the channel. And then also you can put a link back to your site right there. So it's like right when they hit the page, that's in premium premium visual point for your audience right there with a link back to your site. So just do those things to kind of get your channel set up, and then you can really move forward with optimization. So moving forward here, and just kind of showing you kind of how you're getting traffic. So that's how you're going to get traffic from your channel. From your individual videos, every video that you put on YouTube is going to get ranked for different keywords. So people are finding these individual videos through the search engine. Here's an example of a video. Below every video in the description, you can put a link back to your site. You can also, I also recommend now, they got rid of, unfortunately, YouTube recently got rid of the call out feature, which is right there. You used to be able to add call outs to your video. You can't do that anymore. But the other thing that you can do is at the end of your video, the last 20 to 30 seconds, a strong call to action to go visit your site. Now, just like with Facebook, YouTube is a warm traffic source. People are coming to YouTube, they're consuming content, and it's giving them value. So when they do go over to your site, it's like it's such a higher quality visitor than someone who's just maybe come straight from a click on an ad somewhere. So that's why we're doing it this way. We're creating ongoing, organic, high quality, warm traffic sources. That is the reason why you can go into these under the radar, tiny little niche markets that people are overlooking and generate really, really strong revenue. So now, to get your videos ranked in YouTube, beyond just the basic optimization that we just went through, to get your videos ranked, the key thing is getting views on those videos. And that's where a lot of people stumble in YouTube, is how do I get those views? I don't have any traffic to my videos. And YouTube's not just going to send you traffic. You have to get your videos ranked in YouTube, and then YouTube's going to send you traffic. And we have a secret weapon, though, and that's our Facebook fan page. So we're here at the Beta Fish Center Facebook fan page. Here's what you want to do at this stage. Add a custom tab. You can do that with a free tool called Thunderpenny. You can see there on the left it says free beta videos. So our Facebook fans can see that. They can click it, and it will actually, the app will pull in our YouTube videos into Facebook. So our Facebook fans can watch our videos from here. And as they watch them, our views are going to go up. Quality, legitimate views, not fake views that we've paid a little bit of money for and that YouTube will shut down our account for, which a lot of people are doing, buying spam views. These are quality, legitimate views using Facebook. And then in addition to that, when you get your video on YouTube, share it on your Facebook fan page. Now this might seem insignificant. I'm sharing something on my fan page that might get me a couple of views. No, because and if you've never done this, it takes some explanation. You want to post your video over and over and over again. So you add this to your lineup. Remember earlier we posted a blog post, then an image, then we posted a link to our opt-in page. Now you add your video to the lineup, but you just repeat the same video over and over and over again. Do that for a month. Do that for a month where you're repeating that same video, and the views are going to stack. And it doesn't take a lot to get, most of these niches, to get your video up to the third, second, or first page of YouTube. And then at that stage, you're locked in. And YouTube is going to just start perpetually sending you traffic. And the more views you get on those videos from YouTube, the higher you're going to rank. And the higher you rank, the more views you're going to get. So that's why I love YouTube. You do a little bit of work to get those rankings, but then those rankings stick, and you've got perpetual high quality traffic coming to your site. And then Google falls into place automatically. So Google is wanting to display video results in their search engine. And of course they own YouTube. So when your videos start to rank well in YouTube, they'll start to get plucked from YouTube and dropped into Google search results. So no, it's not the same as getting your website ranked in Google, but you're still getting your videos ranked in Google. And you're going to obviously be getting traffic straight to those videos from Google, which is an amazing source of traffic. So that is the perpetual traffic formula. Now, you can work your way all the way around the wheel. We've done that before, but you certainly don't have to take it that far. But all of that, every traffic source that you add is going to increase revenue once you have a site that's converting. Okay, now quickly, let's just touch on scaling to 6 figures per month. Let's say that you're at the stage of 1 or 2 sites, you've hit 5 figures per month. How do we scale to 6? I just want to touch on this, and then we'll get to how to automate everything. So there's really only 3 things that you need to focus on at this stage to get there. Number 1 is to create your own products. When you create your own products, you now keep more per sale of those products, and instead of using ClickBank as just an affiliate, you can list your own products on ClickBank as a vendor and turn the tables and have affiliates who are now promoting your products. And that simple shift will take your site to the next level. You can keep increasing traffic. We've talked about that. And then the third thing is maximizing list marketing. It's really just these 3 things. So once you have your own set of products, you can create a funnel. We're not going to have time on this call to go into product creation and funnel creation and all of that. That's more of an advanced thing that I'll talk about how you can learn more about it in just a bit. We're not going to be able to cover it right now, but I wanted to touch on it just to show the avenue to going to that 6 figure per month level, which a lot of people elect not to go to, but it's an option and it's something to consider. The second avenue, again, more traffic, and then the third, maximized list marketing. And what I mean by this is when you have your own products, there are things that you can do with your email list that you can't do when you're just an affiliate. So for example, I have here 50% off for 72 hours. You can run these types of powerful scarcity-based email campaigns for your products. So you can discount your own product by 50% for 3 days and do a mail out to your list that says, this is only available for 72 hours, and do a countdown. And that's called a scarcity-based email campaign. And things like that are what create those big revenue spikes. So that's just one example of, 6 or 7 different things like that you can do with your list once you have your own products. So things stay really basic when you're at the affiliate level. If you decide to become a product creator, there are a few more little things that you need to learn, but you have the control. You can make the decision of if you want to go to that next stage or not. So it's really depends on what you want. So you've just seen a real and very, very recent high earning case study site that earns income on 100% autopilot. You can go check that site out anytime, freelancewritingriches.com. Keep in mind as well that whole site was built with WordPress and WP Total theme. And we're using a pen persona on that site, Maggie Linders. You've heard from other students who have achieved similar results. And just circling back to what we talked about, the whole point of all of this is that you too can have your own site or portfolio of sites earning you 4, 5, and eventually even 6 figures per month. And you can do it much faster than you're probably thinking at this stage. I know I've been alluding a lot to automation, but we're going to really talk about that, dive into that in just a second. But when it comes to success with this model, just like with any model online, there's really two paths. You can go it alone. You can leave this webinar and take what you've learned here and try to make this work on your own. And that's what I did for several years. And that path is definitely not the optimal path. It's going to be frustrating, and there will be a lot of difficulties along the way. I really, really wish, looking back on my own journey, that I had just invested in a system that I really trusted and stuck with it. And that takes me to number 2, which is piggybacking off of someone who's gone before you and has done this. And that can really be a straightforward 60 to 90 days to a website that literally sets you up for life. So we're talking about cutting your learning curve here from years to weeks. So now, time and time again, what I hear from my students, and I echo this as well, is that the time to get your ASM, your information site, your niche website up and running is right now. And that's, again, what I hear from students is that I just wish I'd started this sooner. Because the sooner that you start this, the sooner you're literally going to have one of these websites that earns this level of income that we've been talking about, with this level of automation. And it really is completely life-changing. So I do want to urge you that if you're to this point in the webinar and you're seeing the potential with this for yourself, that you do take action and actually do this, because it is going to take a little bit of time to get your website up and to start getting traffic, but it's not going to take that long. We've had students who have made money literally within their first 2 weeks of starting, and then we've had people who take a little bit longer, and that's why I give it that window of 60 to 90 days. But pretty much everyone gets their website up and running and traffic going within 60 to 90 days and starts earning income as well. So start now. I can't emphasize that enough. And speaking of our students, the reason we have so many successful students who have already gone through this program is because of how much we've put back into it. So I've been refining, improving, and simplifying this formula for over 10 years now, doing it for a really long time. And I've seen that it really works for anyone, regardless of experience level, location, age, gender. None of those things matter. And there's almost no barriers to entry. So again, you don't need any background experience. As long as you have a computer and an internet connection, you can get going with this. And here are just some final benefits that I want to just kind of re-emphasize, is some things to think about, because there's different models to follow online. There's the physical products model, there's this model, which is the niche marketing model, and then there's the services business model. Those are really the 3 main models. And all 3 are really strong in their own right. But this niche marketing model has some things that make it stand apart for me in my book. Number 1, it's digital. There's no physical products to source, buy, stock, and ship. There's a tiny upfront cost to get going. In fact, it's $15 for hosting and a domain name, so you can get going with this really easily. You can automate the business 100%, and there's super high profit margins because you're promoting information. So as an affiliate, you're earning 50% on many sales for products that are priced at $50, $100, $200. So you're often earning $50 per sale. So a website, starting a niche website that makes a sale per day, that's often going to result in $50 per day. That's really easy to do. 1 sale per day is a $1,500 a month site. It's really easy to get to and to scale beyond as well. So for all these reasons, it's really perfect for the solopreneur. It's made it perfect for me, again, because I can work from home. You can have a team if you want, but you can do this yourself. You can keep it contained and not have any crazy overhead. It's a really low maintenance, fluid business that way. And that also makes it something that's easy to control, that you can step away from if you want to and step back to when you want to. So there's just been nothing like it that I've ever come across. What we're talking about here is a 6-figure per year at least automated income generating asset for you up and running within 60 to 90 days. That includes the ability to work from home, total freedom over your time, the ability to increase your income whenever you want. That's what we're talking about the system doing for you. So with that said, we've been talking a lot thus far about automation and how to skip a lot of the manual steps and just cut straight to the results. And that's what I'm going to talk about now. So the training program that I've been alluding to that my prior students have gone through is called Niche Profit Full Control. And it's a combination of training, coaching, and software tools that will supercharge you forward on your path if you decide to go forward with this. So let's go through the different features of this, and we'll talk about as we go forward what this is ultimately going to do for you when you get started with your site. So we'll start with the 8-module training program. So this is this is basically a brain dump of everything that I've learned and had success with in my own business. This is the blueprint. And I'm not going to break down every single module, but you can see them listed at least on the left there. And this is going to take you all the way from the very beginning. I assume that you've never, ever done any internet marketing before, that you are a beginner. Whether you are or not, that's just the assumption, so that we start at the beginning and everything is explained, taking you all the way from beginning to getting that first affiliate site launched, traffic, revenue, and then scaling up beyond that if you decide to scale, all the way to the most advanced internet marketing tactics, most of which we haven't had a chance to even touch on tonight. So this training course is great for beginners, but it's also very complete. It's a course that will show you how to build a 7-figure per year business. It's the exact blueprint that I've used to do that myself. So moving forward here, the course includes what I call my $1 million swipe file. So I'm really big on examples. And when you go through the course, I'm not just going to show you what to do, but the course is basically a backdoor pass into my own business, where you're going to be able to see my niches, my exact ads that I'm running on Facebook, my traffic sources, and my actual Facebook fan pages and YouTube channels and lots of other traffic sources that we haven't talked about. My actual landing pages, my email sequences, my product funnels. You're going to see which niches are working the best and exactly what I'm doing in those niches to get the results that I'm getting. So that's why I call it my $1 million swipe file. It's included with the training itself. So it's over the shoulder training, but it's coupled with these templates, these ready-made resources that you can draw from. And that's a huge reason why we see so many people who go through the course and have success, I think, is the level of training there. So next up is the private software suite. So we've been talking a lot about automation. This is where you're going to have a huge advantage over most people doing niche marketing or attempting niche marketing, is these tools that are just going to give you that cutting edge advantage. So we'll go through each tool here, and each tool covers one of the 3 steps. So we've got tools for niche selection, tools for creating your website, and tools for traffic. So tool number 1 is Market Feeder. This is a niche research tool, and this is the starting tool. So this is actually, makes it so you basically don't even have to go to ClickBank if you want it. We'll go to ClickBank, it scours the ClickBank marketplace, and it pulls back the top performing ClickBank products in real time and feeds them into your account. So the feed is refreshed constantly. You can log in and see the top performing products at any given time, and you can dig into each product. There's additional stats that are included, so you can see how it's trending. You can see some of the history of the product and different things to just give you some insight into the product and the niche. So it makes choosing a niche really as easy as it gets. The Market Analyzer is a more in-depth market research tool that you can take advantage of. So after you fired up Market Feeder, let's say you're in niche profit full control and you're starting its day one. You fire up Market Feeder, it shows you hundreds of top performing products in ClickBank. You see one that you like, you can run it through Market Analyzer. And Market Analyzer will just basically break the market apart, and it will show you traffic volume within the market, social activity, product reviews, and other indicators that are talked about in the course that we haven't been able to talk about today, that'll just give you more insight into the market. It's just helpful information. It'll also color code the market from dark green down to red, so you can really hone in and see how good is this market actually, and make the best decision possible. Okay, so those two things, running those two tools, you can be done with that in half an hour. You've got your niche. If you want to take it a step further at that stage, you can fire up Competition Profiler, and this will analyze the competition in the market. It will reverse engineer competitor websites who are already in your niche. It'll show you their traffic sources, their funnels. It can give estimates on how much income they're actually earning from their sites, and just give you a basis of comparison. It's just helpful information to see how well others in your niche are already doing. It's, if nothing else, it's affirmation. I love to go into a market where there's people already making a lot of money, because often they haven't done things as well as we're going to do them, and they're still killing it, and that's always a good feeling. Next up is Niche Profit Press. So we're moving beyond market research now, and now you've got your niche. Again, you can do all of that within about an hour, and now it's time to launch your site. So the first thing you'll do is you'll watch the training videos on how to launch your blog with WordPress. You'll get WP Total Theme installed, and then it's time to launch your opt-in page. That's where you'll fire up this tool, Niche Profit Press. So this will allow you to launch beautiful, high converting, most importantly, high converting landing pages in minutes. It has dozens of proven to convert templates already set up within the tool. It's all point and click, copy and paste, drag and drop to create your landing page. And you'll come out with a cutting edge, high converting, proven landing page ready to go. Again, in maybe 15 to 20 minutes. That will be live and on your site. So you'll have your blog, you'll have your opt-in page ready to go, and now you really just need traffic. Now, as far as the content goes, getting some blog posts out there, getting your actual free report created, there are shortcuts, tips, tactics, and strategies all explained in the course that show you how to do those things. I've also got a kind of special present I'm going to be giving away in just a bit, towards the end of the call, that's going to really help with that too. Now, next up is Traffic Advantage. So your site is live, and again, that's why I said earlier, you can get your site live within a couple of days, because these tools will just push you forward that quickly. Now, once your site's up, it's time for traffic, and the course itself really goes into detail on the best traffic sources out there. We touched upon Facebook and YouTube, but the course goes into much more depth on those tactics and lots of additional ones. And then in addition to that, we've got Traffic Advantage, and this is going to allow you to take advantage of social traffic. So you can type your niche into this tool, and it will go out and it will identify social conversations online at YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, forums, blogs, Q&A sites, where people are talking about your niche. They're talking about beta fish, for example. And you can redirect that traffic back to your site. And the course, of course, goes into detail on how to do that really intricately, but here's just a quick example to illustrate. Recently, we found the tool pulled back this conversation in a popular beta fish forum. You can see someone's asking questions about beta fish care. We just responded and put a link back to our site. That simple. This little post generates just a little bit of traffic each day, around 10 visitors each day, but it only took a couple of minutes to get out there. So, the idea is to drop maybe 5 or 6 of these per day, and within a week or two, you've got hundreds of visitors coming back to your site from these little tiny pockets of social traffic on top of your Facebook traffic and everything in the warm traffic wheel. The next tool is Social Leads Builder Pro. This is another tool that's just going to take your traffic to the next level in an automated way. So it's a viral list building tool, and it's social in nature. So it actually recruits, it'll invite, it shouldn't say recruit, but it'll invite your list subscribers who you've built through Facebook and other traffic methods to participate in a contest. And it will do all the tracking and automate everything. So you can run a contest, for example, where you give away a prize to whoever sends you the most traffic or the most new leads. So you'll be recruiting your subscribers to send you more subscribers. And the tool sends out instructions on how to go to your Facebook account, Twitter account, etc., and post about your website. So now you've got all your subscribers, or many of your subscribers, actively talking about your website across social channels, and they'll be using a unique link that the tool tracks, and they'll be sending you more subscribers. And the tool will tell you, it'll rank your subscribers, who sent you the most leads, and that way you can keep the contest going and award those subscribers who are sending you the most new subscribers. It's a little hard to explain, but in short, it's a viral list building tool. And it's viral because as you get more subscribers, they're also going to be invited to participate in the contest. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, next up, so we've talked about training. We've talked about the software tools. Those really form the foundation of the program. On top of that, you're getting a very high level of coaching. Now this I see as really the key thing that's propelled so many of our subscribers to success is how much support you're actually going to be getting with the program. So there's a couple of different channels here for that. Number one, you'll be getting lots of personal interaction with myself and also with additional coaches in the program through live Q&A, coaching calls, and webinars. So we do these every few weeks. You'll be invited to jump on a live video and audio hangout on Google, and we'll often go through some cutting edge training, but then we'll also spend lots of time with question and answer. And it's also a time where I can work with you one-on-one and with like a hot seat if you'd like me to review your website. And so I'm very accessible in the members area through these calls, but also through the coaching forum. So we call it a coaching forum for a reason. It's not just a forum to talk about whatever. It's a coaching forum. So between calls, if you have any questions, any concerns, hit any roadblocks, you can express those in the coaching forum. And I'm in there all the time. And I also have a team of mentors who are successful internet marketers in their own right, who they're not going to be charging you for the mentorship. They're charging me for it, and they'll be helping you as much as you need in with whatever questions you have. So you're never going to get stuck with the program. There will always be help available through these channels. So this forum is open 24/7, and the response time is like that. We are in there ready to help whenever you need it. So that support combined with the tools and the training, really, really powerful combination. Now, there's two bonuses I'm throwing into this tonight. Bonus number one is the Top 50 Niches report. This is an in-depth report on the top 50 niches out there right now. The top 50 premium niches, they're all fully pre-screened and broken down and consolidated into this report. You're going to get access to that. And then bonus number two is goal setting and time management video course. So I created this course custom for Niche Profit Full Control. It's, again, one of those things, it's one of the reasons why we have a lot of successful students, is this course, if you come into the program and you want some, I guess, structure right away, which is important, this is going to help you set your goals right off the bat and also come up with a way to get through the course as quickly as possible with whatever your schedule is. So if you can only do this part-time, you're going to learn some cool techniques for making the most out of that time. And the whole key thing with this is just being consistent. If you can put in an average of 8 hours a day, you can see results in that time frame. Great results in that time frame we talked about, 60 to 90 days. So you can put in an hour per day to get there. Or you can put in 7 or 8 hours on the weekend. But as long as you put in about that amount of time, you're going to see good progress through the program in that time frame. So this video course is going to help with that. So altogether, we've got the Niche Profit NPFC 8 module training program, the $1 million swipe file, the NPFC software suite, the NPFC coaching, those 2 bonuses, the top 50 niches report, the goal setting and time management video course. The total value of all of these things individually is about $27,000. That doesn't include the development costs, all the costs that went into producing the program, which were in excess of $100,000. And it doesn't include the thousands of hours spent creating the program. Also, I just want to emphasize this is extremely limited. This is a backdoor offer. So we are opening the doors of this program for a very short period of time for Steve's students. And it's also an extremely exclusive offer because of the bonuses that I'm about to talk about and that I know Steve has in store. Now, that said, so the value is insane for the program and what you can achieve with it. That said, you're not going to pay $18,000. We saw an example earlier of Stephen Cadlick, who's built one website that was making $18,000 a month that he sold for a ton of money. You're not going to pay $9,000 a month. We saw Joanna Amons earlier, who's making $12,000 a month. We saw William, who's making close to $8,000, and we have literally hundreds of other people earning 5 figures, and many more earning 4 figures. So, but you're not going to pay those amounts for the program, even with how achievable that is. So $4,997. So if all this program does is allow you to clear your debts and pay your bills each month, would it be worth $4,997? If all it does is set you up for a comfortable retirement, would it be worth $4,997? If all it does is earn you an extra $5,000 per month in income going forward, would that be worth an investment of $4,997? That said, you're not going to pay that amount either. We've priced the program really at a place to make it as accessible as we can to as many people, given the costs and the time that went into creating it. So balancing those things out. And we came up with something that I hope you're able to take advantage of, that I hope works for you. So you can actually get access for 3 payments of $597. And you can actually even get started for less than that. There's a $294 discount if you just want to skip the payment plan and just do a one-time investment of $14.97. So now I'm pulling this link up now because we're going to start talking about some extras that we've put together for everyone tonight, but those are very limited. If you join now, you'll get access to all those, and I know I haven't talked about them yet, but just the program itself. I mean, if you're still on this call and this is resonating with you, you have a short window here to take action with the program. This is a backdoor offer. But more than that, we have a limited number of bonuses we're going to give away in a sec here that I know you're not going to want to miss out on. So there's the link. It's nicheprofitfullcontrol.com/Steve. Make sure to go to that exact link, because if you just go to the home page of the site, you're not going to be able to get in. It's closed. So nicheprofitfullcontrol.com/Steve, and that's where you can decide if you want to make the one-time investment or the payment plan option. And when you invest, you're going to get immediate access to the program. You can get started right away. Now, we do have a money-back guarantee. It's 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. You've got a full month to test this for yourself. The thing is with this, though, we really want people who are going to take action with the program. Because I know if you take action with it, you're going to see results. And this money-back guarantee isn't really going to be meaningful to you at that stage. You're going to want to keep going and making more money with it. But so to that end, we want make sure that you're ready to take action with it when you get in. If you do decide at the end of 30 days that you want a refund, just show us that you launched your blog and opt-in page and implemented at least one traffic technique taught in the course. So that's it. Now, moving on to the bonus pack. Now, we have a lot of people on this call. This is the most packed webinar I've been on in a really long time. So I'm a little nervous with how fast these are going to go. And I just want to give you a heads up on that now, because this is a really, really cool bonus pack we've put together. So it's limited to the first 20. We already have some people who have joined. If you've joined so far, you do have access to the bonus pack. I'll be keeping tabs on this. I'll let you know if we're about to run out. But there's two parts to my bonus package, and I know Steve has some bonuses as well. So part one is included for the first 20. We're going to include 8 ready-made plug-and-play niche businesses. 8 ready-made businesses done for you, 100% ready to go, hot off the presses that you can launch in a couple of minutes, literally. So I'm not going to share what the niches are on this call. We're keeping those private for the people who actually get these packages. But each package is supercharged. It is a full-fledged supercharged niche website. So it doesn't have a 2-week autoresponder sequence. It has a full month-long autoresponder sequence with content and selling emails and multiple affiliate offers built into it. All you need to do is drop in your affiliate link. All the emails are completely done. 20 high-quality blog posts to add to your blog right away. A tested and proven opt-in page with sales copy, and 2 free reports that you can decide which one you want to give away on your opt-in page. So all the content that you'll need for your site, totally done. The niche selected for you, and all the content done really, really well. So just follow the training, take this content, load it up to your website, and it's, as you can imagine, going to be a huge, huge jump forward in terms of, it's just a huge shortcut. And you're getting 8 of these. Now, I get questions, because there are programs out there that give away like PLR content and ready-made content. This is a totally different thing. This is ready-made content, but it's super limited and it's super high quality. These are real businesses. And yes, there are people making money with these niche businesses. They do work. So this isn't just like something that we're trying to look fancy. These are real businesses. They're done for you, and you're getting 8 of them. The second part of the bonus is that you'll be invited to join me on a live next level workshop. So this is going to be an exclusive live workshop just for the first 20 who join Niche Profit Full Control that I'll be hosting in the next couple of weeks, where I'm going to be diving into some of my next level secrets. So this is training that is actually not included in the program. It's going to be exclusive to the first 20. So and it's part of this bonus pack. So you'll be invited to join that as well. So the bonus package, again, limited to the first 20, the 8 ready-made businesses, the live next level workshop, plus everything else we talked about in NPFC. And the link to go to is nicheprofitfullcontrol.com/Steve. That's where you can choose your payment plan, make your investment, and lock in your spot. Again, I'm pretty nervous we're going to run out of spots quickly. So Steve, if you're there, I'm going to turn it over to you I know you have some bonuses too. Is this a good time?
See, if you could just hold on, if you could give me 1 second, I just need to correct something here in the background. Apologize for that.
No problem. And just a heads up too, if anyone has any questions at all, please post those in the questions box, and as long as there's time, we'll get to as many as we can towards the end of the call.
All right, almost there. This computer was giving me fits and starts here. I apologize.
No worries.
All right, I think we've got it here. Okay, let me take back the screen here from you. Apologize for that delay. And let's see if this works. Just let me know if you can see my screen there, Adam.
Yeah, I can see it on this end.
Awesome, fantastic. Hey, one thing I just wanted to make note of is one of the things I really, really love about this business model is that, you were talking in the beginning about loopholes and flashes in the pan and things like that. This kind of a business model has been around since the beginning. It's the way that I started, and it's kind of the path that I took, where I did affiliate marketing and then went off into information product development. Now, I didn't do it as well as Adam, that's for sure. And I kind of took some shortcuts with a lot of paid traffic and didn't optimize the traffic I was getting like Adam does. And if I had that training back then, I would have actually made a hell of a lot more money, that's for sure. But the two things that strikes me from that are, one, it's still an incredibly viable way to build a fantastic business. And so to me, that just says it's, crazy stable, very reproducible, and you can really count on it to build, an income stream that'll provide for yourself and your family and give you that freedom. The other thing is that, Aiden and I are involved in currently 3 different startups, and none of them are in the internet marketing niche. And none of them are affiliate marketing products or even information products. 2 of them are software as a service, so software essentially, and one of them is a brick and mortar type service company. And yet, all of the things that Adam is talking about in his course about traffic generation, lead generation, and then, really sort of targeting, mining that audience, building that trust, getting them into a funnel, all of the things that is that sort of next level stuff that's in the training is exactly what we're doing for these businesses, because it's exactly what you need to do for any business, even when Facebook started or Amazon started or anything like that. So we even said it just the other day when we were having a strategy meeting about lead generation and some other things for one of these startups. It's exactly the same thing that we were talking to Adam about 2 years ago, and it's exactly what we were doing 10 years ago. And anyway, I just think that's really important because it speaks to the longevity, the stability, the reproducibility, the predictability of this business model. So anyway, we've got some bonuses also. This is one of those things I was talking about, and this is only for 20 people as well, although I'm not sure where we're at right now. We may be close to selling out of these already. But this is kind of what I was talking about with Adam, who got into really heavy detail about target audience evolution. And really getting a funnel that targets and then retargets your prospects and builds this whole sales funnel from lead generation, traffic to lead generation, all the way to a conversion, regardless of whether you're selling an affiliate offer, you're selling your own information product, or a new software product that you've developed, or a brick and mortar service, or whatever. It's the same process, right? Adam's already talked about this. So this is his next level secrets. I think if there's one thing that you should have taken away from this time together here tonight, is that you want to hear more from Adam. So you definitely want to get this. Traffic, we talked about this. Adam talked about this. Obviously, this is the lifeblood of our business, all of our businesses, since they all live online, or at least they all get their sales and conversions online. And if you don't have traffic, you're not going to be successful. So any tips and tactics and training that you can get on traffic is always welcome and something that you really need to pay attention to. Something that's kind of not sexy, but you just have to have when you're doing your own information product. Adam talked about when you would transition into building your own product. And so something that's not sexy, but that's absolutely needed is most, if not all, information products have a members area. And you don't want to go program one from scratch or hire someone to program one from scratch. But we have a very, very simple way of using a product called Wishlist. It's a WordPress plugin. And as long as you know what you're doing and you follow some guidelines and you set it up properly, you can just do this in minutes and you have a very, very professional members area. It's not sexy, but you got to have it, in order to have a professional information product. So we've got the membership mastery that teaches you how to do it, and then we've got our own. We have an SOP that we have issued as training in our company for our folks that you can kind of go step by step of setting up the Wishlist plugin. And finally, when you're working on social media and you're trying to generate traffic there, and you're trying to brand build, and you're trying to build audiences and build funnels, what helps is to have content that they're going to want to share. Everybody wants that funny cat video that they can share with all of their friends. And it's also helpful if that if you could go to Facebook, say, and ask Facebook, look, give me some really popular viral videos that would have some relationship to my niche. Okay, so let's say you're doing freelance writing. Well, maybe there's some meme out there that's funny, about a freelance writer or something like that. Well, that's what this tool does that we have. What it does is it goes out and it finds these pieces of content that you already know are viral and matches that up with sort of what niche is appropriate for them to broadcast that to get, so that you can leverage that viral piece of content as well. Okay, so hugely powerful. So there you go, guys. Well, that's a typo there. That's not supposed to be limited to 100. That's 20 people. Sorry about that. But total value, $1,782. And we've got we've got target audience evolution. We've got Adam's next level secrets. We've got our traffic blast blueprint, membership mastery, the in-house wishlist SOP, and the viral content probe. So Adam, I'll turn that back over to you.
All right. Awesome. Okay, we are looking like let's see. Yeah, just going back to where we're at with the first 20 who have come in. We still have, looks like 7 spots left there. So they are going pretty quickly. So I'll keep an eye on those. And then, Steve, should we dive into some questions here?
Yeah, I think that'd be fantastic.
Okay, awesome. Let's see. Right, and yeah, if you see any, just please let me know, and I'm looking through here. Okay, so I see some questions. It looks like a lot of people are having trouble accessing the website. So we're working on that right now. It's just looks like it's a server load issue. So we're working, our programmers on it right now looking. So just keep trying, and we're going to get that sorted out as soon as possible. So I apologize about that. I see some people can access it and some people can't. So
yeah.
All right. So I'll let everyone know. I'll let you guys know when that is completely sorted out. But yeah, please just keep visiting that URL. Okay. So let's see. Bill is asking, is all the content available from day one, or is it released over time? So Bill, it is all available all immediately. So no, the course is not drip fed over time. You get access to it, and so that way you can just go through it at your own pace. And Lynn is asking
about other costs involved, after you get in.
Sure. Yeah. So other costs, there's really nothing beyond a domain name hosting, which again, getting that going is about as little as $15 per month. So beyond that, you really don't need anything until you get to the stage where you want to pay for more traffic. One other thing, maybe starting out with $10 for Facebook, for your Facebook ads. But beyond that, even your autoresponder software tool, that's not something that you need to pay for right out of the gates. You can just use a free account, and most of those free accounts you can hold thousands of subscribers for free, and then once you start getting more, you can upgrade your account, but that's not going to come for a little bit down the line. So really inexpensive to get going. If you didn't have these software tools, you would definitely need some of them. So our landing page software, for example, which you get included in the program, you would need some sort of landing page tool. So you would have to actually pay for one out there. So you're actually saving money in the long run by investing in this program. right. And I still see some people are getting in, but a lot of people are still having trouble. So we are working on it. Okay, Jacqueline, you're asking if you're one of the first 20, and yes, you are. So you're good to go. Okay, Paulina is in. Yep, and you're one of the first 20 as well. So welcome. And see a lot of messages about the site not loading here. All right.
Well, I think, Adam, one thing to do is to basically say that if people were on this webinar, and they were trying to get in and they couldn't get in, say, until maybe 20 minutes from now or something, that I think we need to just make sure that they still are able to get the bonuses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because we've got several people lots of people who can't get in.
Yep. And we should definitely do that. Okay, and that seems to be most of the comments that are coming through right now.
Yeah. Guys, my suggestion, save this link because you really want into this. And I guarantee you that whatever this problem is, it's probably something pretty quick and easy for them to fix. So, I would say, or it could even be on ClickBank's side too, because, there's nothing much going on here. It basically sends you over to ClickBank. So I would say we have everybody's name here that's on this webinar. And if that link is active and you're able to purchase, say, 10 minutes from now or 15 minutes from now, even if the webinar is over, save it, go there, and purchase from that link. And as long as you're on this webinar, you will get one of the bonuses. You will get a bonus pack.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. So Steve, I should go work with my team here to get the site up as soon as possible. I'm happy to hang out as well if there's any other questions that anyone wants to ask that they didn't get answered, but it's up to you, of course, what you want to do here with the call.
Yeah, no, I think